Bung bung. As always, welcome to the Poddy is brought to you by Bung Bung Coffee, the best coffee in the world, the best dark roast available on the market. Here, board man, read that.
Welcome to Bung Bung Coffee, the only coffee that's made from real bung bungs.
Eat the mic.
Our coffee is roasted to perfection and has a rich, smooth flavour that's unlike any other coffee out there. So if you're looking for a coffee that's truly unique, try Bung Bung Coffee today.
You heard it here first, folks. Try Bung Bung Coffee today. Where can you get it?
bungbungcoffee.com.
Correct. And what's the promo code for 15% off all orders? No minimum order, no maximum order.
Poddy.
Like the titties. bungbungcoffee.com. Enter promo code Poddy for 15% off all orders. 15% off all orders. You guys might even know this. There's a price hike around the globe right now on coffee because of droughts and floods. Unbelievable scenes. It's all to do with global warming. I'm sure of it. I watched the movie Don't Look Up, and I'm telling you, that's why coffee's all expensive. Bung Bung Coffee haven't even raised their prices to reflect that. You know shipping's more expensive? Don't worry about it. All right? Bung Bung Coffee is staying put until shit really starts getting sideways. And we're giving out 15% off promo codes, PODDY. You can see the word behind me, PODDY for 15% off all orders, bungbungcoffee.com. And if you want sweet merch like this Easy Money hoodie that I'm rocking right now, go to welcometothe.com/store and you can check out all of the merch that we have available. We got hoodies, crew necks, t-shirts, polo shirts, jackets, hats. We got it all. welcometothe.com/store. If you want to support the show in any way, and if you're using another coffee other than Bung Bung, and it's really rinsing your pockets out because they are extorting you, raising their prices, charging more shipping, freight costs are through the roof, and so you're hardly able to pay rent. You can't buy dope merch to really start looking slick and slipping off the seat because it's so soft. So you're wearing hard merch and shit from your other favorite podcast, which isn't funny. You're wearing hard merch, you're buying expensive coffee, and you can't afford to get this butter soft shit over here. If you can't afford it, just hit that share button. Just hit the share button, because that's all we ask of you for the free content that we deliver week after motherfucking week. Hit the share button. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And if you do want the merch, if you share your share, if you take a screenshot of your share and send it to us at Welcome to the Poddy on Instagram, send it to our DMs, you are automatically in the running to win free merch. There's a new winner every month. And there's only been one winner so far. One winner. So really, you can enter as many times as you want. You can share it a multitude of ways and share and send us different screenshots of different shares or videos of you around the dinner table saying grace and then saying thank you, Lord, for this meal and blessing our family with this beautiful nourishment and the Welcome to the Poddy podcast. And everyone just looks up, they open their eyes and they're like, what the fuck did you just say? And you're like, are you swearing at the Lord's table? And they're like, well, what did you just say? And you're like, welcome to the Poddy. It's the best podcast available on any podcast network, any podcast provider, Spotify, Apple, iTunes, Castbox, Pocket Cast, Stitcher, YouTube, Google Podcasts, TuneIn, whatever it is, whatever weird thing that you use, Anchor.fm, whatever you use, we're available on it. Tell a friend to tell a friend. That's all I'm trying to say. Let's start the show.
1990.
Choose your destiny.
Welcome to the Poddy Bung Bung. It's your man Claytron, aka the Big Boss Man, aka the Clumsy Jeweler, because I'm always dropping gems, aka the Milkman, because I always deliver, aka the PhD of podcasting, the Magnum PI of podcasting, the Captain, the Eddie Betts of podcasting, because my timing's impeccable. We've got a guest on the show today. It's been a while since we've had a guest. It's a great guest. It's a return guest. He didn't win Guest of the Year last time, but I believe that might have been due to him not campaigning as strongly as his contenders, his opposition. But this episode is a great episode. James Donald Forbes McCann, he's basically the bad boy of Adelaide comedy. Very funny, one of my favourite comedians that I have a personal relationship with. And he's got a fantastic, funny podcast called the reason he came on the show was to promote his podcast, and we actually didn't discuss it once, so I'm making sure to get through it early in the piece right now. So that's called the James Donald Forbes McCann Catamaran Plan. Now, I think I tripped over my tongue there, so I'm going to say it again. The James Donald Forbes McCann Catamaran Plan. It's a podcast about him monetizing it to a point that he can buy a boat. So it's very funny, very fun, and very well done. So, get amongst that. Check him out on YouTube. He's got a special out for free on YouTube as well. And, if you ever see his name pop up, go to his shows. You'll hear me talk about his comedy a little bit. In the episode, I love it, so you should definitely have a look. This is a great show with a great guest. Enjoy.
Bring the motherfucking ruckus, I'll rush ya like Jackie and Chris Tucker. When you turn your back, you turn me to a monster. Call back up, you're in trouble. Word from the wise, protect your neck. Ain't nobody telling you what's next. I got moves aimed straight at you.
Yeah, I got the energy now. It took me this long. All right, hold on. How far in are we?
27.
No. All right, cut from there. This is the start of the podcast.
Let's
it's
start.
all shit, Clay.
Yes.
Everything in the mainstream. All one of these superhero movies, they're no good.
Yes.
How many are you reviewing? Do you watch every superhero movie?
I can't. I'm done.
You will no longer. You have a movie review channel. Hollywood's only releasing superhero movies, and you refuse to watch anything but a super. You don't watch the superhero movies anymore.
I'll watch Oppenheimer when that comes out.
I can't. I love Nolan.
Yes.
Did you enjoy Tenet?
Yeah, I did.
I loved it. Everyone
loved it.
told me it was a big piece of shit.
Yeah.
Loved it.
They invented a word for a film because they needed something that was front and back.
Hey,
because
I didn't even think about that.
The movie can be played forwards or backwards.
They were going to call it Glenelg.
Yeah.
But they changed their mind at the last minute.
Yeah, they almost called it race car.
I didn't. Yeah. I'd forgotten that race car was that. Uzi rat at a sanitary zoo. That's one as well.
Wow.
No, it's in a Widow Yankovic song that's made up of palindromes.
Oh, wow.
Anyway.
What do you think of
what was your last one?
Harry Potter playing Weird Al, right? Isn't that who's doing it?
Yes. I mean, it's Daniel?
Radcliffe.
I don't think that a non-Jewish man should be allowed to play a Jewish man in a film. In fact, I don't think that a young man should be allowed to play a man who is now old.
Yeah.
No.
Brad Pitt, Benjamin Button, cancel him.
Oh, he's playing a baby
and an old man.
He's breaking too many rules at the same time. In fact, I don't think fiction. I think the only type of theatre that should be allowed is just a one-man show where someone's describing the one-man show that they're doing at that time.
Yeah.
No co-opting the present or the past. Creativity is a sin. What was your last one? What was your final superhero movie that you said, I'm done?
Well, I think I'm done with Marvel because of Captain Marvel.
It was Captain Marvel.
That did it for me. But then I went and saw The Batman with Pattinson.
That was the Batman.
And I really enjoyed it.
Did you see Wonder Woman 1984?
No, I only saw the first Wonder Woman.
One of two films I've ever walked out of. It's that second Wonder Woman movie.
Wow.
And the other one, the other one was that
Captain Marvel.
Madam Marvel.
Yeah. Yeah.
Captain Atrix Marvel. Yeah. And I had to walk out of that. But that Wonder Woman movie, I loved that first Wonder Woman movie. I loved it.
It was okay.
Quiet!
Oh, they've looked up Wonder Woman for us. What have they said?
You didn't like that Wonder Woman movie?
2017 superhero film based on DC Comics. It's a trilogy within the shared universe. prequel spin-off to Batman versus Superman, which is
Yes.
also a shitty film.
Did not see it.
People involved.
I just found out that in the original Superman movie,
I hate Gal Gadot as
Marlon
well.
Brando's in it.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
And then they cut Marlon Brando from the second one. And then there's a new version of the second one where they put Marlon Brando.
Back in.
Yeah. Isn't that cool?
CGI or like...
No, just the scenes that they cut from the
right.
first one because they had a change in director.
Oh,
I didn't know at the time. I love
That's
Marlon
interesting.
Brando.
Yeah, I love
I've got to
Brando.
go back and watch the Superman.
One of the OGs.
But you didn't care for Wonder Woman, the Wonderful Woman.
No,
Because Gal Gadot, she can't act. That's one point against her.
That is one point,
Yeah.
specifically in film or television.
Yeah. I forget who was saying it, but because she has this accent the whole time, they had to pretend that every other woman from...
Yeah.
Just because she couldn't do a different accent, they're like, oh, we've got 25 other actresses.
Yeah.
You will all be doing this silly Gal Gadot voice.
And that was I actually saw that prior to the stupid video that she did that made me hate her guts.
Imagine All the People?
Yes,
Imagine?
Imagine.
Yeah.
So I saw that movie and hated it, and then I saw her do that and hated her, and now
But she's so beautiful.
yeah, she was in Red Notice with The Rock and Ryan Reynolds.
Did not see that movie.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about
You
it.
actually, okay, since you've had a child now,
Yes.
and I have 2 children, and who knows how many more children there will be at some point in the future. I'm not going too public with current things that are happening,
You're a
but
true
hinting.
Catholic.
yeah, we're getting it done. Go in raw,
Yeah.
have a family, much love, much respect. The last films I've seen at the cinema were that Wonder Woman 84 walked out, and then before then I saw the one that Jordan Peele made after
Us.
I saw Us.
Yeah.
Didn't care for Us because I loved Get Out.
Get Out was like
And I just found
unreal.
there were great scenes in Us, but it didn't feel like if it's the only movie you watch for a year, didn't come together at the end.
It didn't sort of, I don't think it had the same social significance as Get Out. And Get Out was, even though it was so, well, was it unrealistic? Like I could kind of like believe it.
Are there white people in the Hamptons chopping out black people's
I
brains?
wouldn't be surprised if there were. And there's actually one scene in that where when he first meets his white girlfriend's parents.
Yes.
And the dad goes, so how long's this thing been going on or whatever? And I was like,
that hit you from
yeah, I
your
was like,
past experience?
well, yeah. And then following that, I met somebody who said that about me and Rachel.
Beautiful.
To my face. And I was like, I told him, I was like, you're making me feel uncomfortable. Because that's a wild way to speak.
Well,
to a black man.
My brother, let me put it right there. I think that's absolutely whack.
Yeah.
As wiggity
It's
whack
wiggity
what those
whack.
people have done to you.
Yeah. But yeah, Us was just so out there. Just so like
I think
Stranger
it was
Things.
like very 1980s America.
Yeah.
I didn't live through that. So maybe it had like...
Maybe.
I don't understand what Hands Across America is about. Ronald Reagan doesn't really mean anything to me emotionally. They never make movies about Ronald Reagan.
Yeah, maybe I was missing
But
something.
it was fun. But it wasn't... I couldn't have put that in my top 10 films ever. But I've got 3 years of movies that I haven't seen.
Yeah. Because of fatherhood.
Watch children.
Yeah.
Help me. What are the top, would you say, must-see films from the last... Let's say, since COVID started even.
Okay, well, I haven't been to the cinemas a lot because of COVID. I think I saw the new James Bond.
Yep.
The last Daniel Craig James Bond.
The last one I saw was Quantum of Solace.
I think I missed that one.
Yeah, it's fine. Okay, so Bond, you saw that.
Yeah, and I saw the Batman, both at the cinemas.
Is that worth seeing? The Batman?
I think it is, yeah.
Okay.
I don't think it's in the cinemas anymore, but yeah, maybe.
I didn't even get to see Dune in the cinema. And I love the book Dune.
Oh, Dune.
And I watched Dune.
I was thinking of the month.
Oh, that would also be a good movie. Less sand.
Yeah.
But I watched it on my phone, Dune, and
Okay.
that is, I don't believe, a good way to watch that movie.
Not really
That was
films
upsetting.
in general. I think maybe watch The Office or something on your phone, but
I was skipping through the long. There's a spaceship landing. When is this going to be over? Can someone get out and say a line?
Yeah.
I didn't mind it, but the culture I'm saying it's got no power, but it has no power over me because I've lost all time to pay attention to it. Be my conduit. Even before you had the baby, you must have seen. You're watching TV shows. I'm watching nothing.
lots of TV.
The OA was the last great TV show I watched. I don't remember if I said that last time I was here.
No.
It's the greatest TV show, I believe. Have you seen the OA?
No.
No one has. They cancelled it after 2 seasons. It's unbelievable.
Really?
It is it's my favourite TV show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, what's it
Brit
on?
Marling. It's on Netflix.
Okay.
Brad Pitt, who I believe you have some basketball history with.
Well, he's a boxer, but I was a basketballer, but I'd seen him.
Did they ever, once you're there, I mean, you're just like a raw, genetically gifted athlete who fits certain dimensions that they want you to play a certain sport.
Yeah.
But at any point do they go, listen, basketball player, I think rugby league might be more your speed.
At the AIS.
Yeah. Now, is that turned off at the AIS?
Only the close up on you. That's okay.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
Because I think like you sign a contract and stuff.
Sign a
to go
contract?
there. Yeah, I think so.
I'd like to hear more about this.
It's hard to really.
But you commit to a certain amount of time there.
Yeah, I think you just sign 1 year at a time.
Okay.
Yeah, and I just did 1 year, and they had
Like a 34-year-old full forward. You're on year-to-year contracts.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
And then
I got a college scholarship, so I went to college the next year.
So the goal is for them to get you out of there, like
Yeah.
and into a top elite.
Either go to the NBL or college, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
The NBL.
Mm.
And is this considered a failure if you go immediately to the NBL?
I thought that at the time, so I didn't do it. And
Yeah.
I don't regret it
Yeah.
because college was my dream from being a child.
Yes.
But now the league's much different to what it was back then. Like the league's better now.
The last 10 years, it's been insane.
Yeah.
They've
And
changed.
we're talking 15 years ago,
Yeah.
probably. Yeah.
But then, I mean, the money difference if you go to college and you make it and you go to the NBA,
Yeah.
you earn in 45 seconds what you'd earn in a lifetime.
Yeah.
But the competition must be insane.
Well, it's like winning the lottery to get to the NBA.
Yeah.
There's a one draft every year with 2 rounds of 30.
That's it.
The first 30 picks in the first round are guaranteed, and the second 30 aren't even guaranteed.
What do you mean? Like they might pick you and you never get to play?
Yeah, they might pick you and then ship you off to like a team in Europe or.
But there's heaps of basketball teams.
There's
like
30 odd.
30.
Yeah.
So everyone's getting like one new player a year from that system. You could trade players, but in terms of like fresh blood into club.
Well, because there's also got to be enough people either getting dropped from teams or retiring.
Yes.
For that space to be available.
And
so
you
you'd have
play
to
until you're much older than
you would have to have 60 people
Yeah.
leave the league to allow 60 back in, which is not realistic.
No. But the turnover must be relatively. People must not work out. People must get injured.
Yeah, for sure.
But I guess it's also that it's. I mean, how many are on a team? Like 10 on a team? On a whole roster.
No, on a whole roster, I think
30?
there's no, not 30. Maybe like 15, 16.
Okay.
I think you got like 12 on the road and 14 at home or something like that.
Look, it's a different world to me. I don't know how it works, but so I hadn't thought about that being such a small because like the American football,
Yeah.
huge teams, huge rosters, injuries all the time.
You can have a career in the NFL as a practice player and never see a game
Yes,
and make millions of dollars.
financially you're fine. If
You're fine during your
you don't
career,
piss
but
that
after
money
your
away
career.
on dogs fighting each other.
Well, he was a superstar.
Yeah. There's more than one
Yeah,
player who's
yeah, but so practice players, like you're getting a salary. You don't have to have another job, but you're not set for life by any means. And I don't think the NFL pension is any good for players that actually play for 5, 6, 7 years.
yes.
So for a practice player, I'm guessing you
there's
don't get a pension. Yeah, so if you play a certain amount of games or a certain amount of years or something, you get a pension.
I mean, I'd never even thought of this. There's no such. Other sports don't have this.
I think the NBA does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The NBL is not giving you a pension.
Fuck no. They're barely giving you a salary.
You can have half-price whoppers
Yeah.
for the next 6 months.
Yeah, if you're lucky.
Yeah.
If you're lucky, yeah.
Did you play for Townsville? Who did you
Yeah,
play for?
Townsville.
Were you living in Townsville for that? I've
course.
still never been to Townsville. But that's weird because Townsville has a team. Cairns has a team.
Townsville has since become bankrupt. I think they played 1 season after my departure.
Oh, they're gone.
Yeah.
But they're much bigger than Cairns as a town.
As a town.
But the Taipans have held on.
Cairns is more of a tourist town. Cairns Taipans, yeah. They're more of a tourist town, so they've probably got more people going to games.
Yes.
More money in the town probably.
And maybe Townsville is, I don't know.
And they're more concentrated. Townsville's bigger and more spread apart. It's like it's a big place with a small population.
Can I ask why you think this has happened, that basketball is suddenly the sport? Like it's gone. Soccer. People were pushing soccer as the second sport for a long time.
Yeah.
Or the third sport, I guess, if you take cricket into account.
Yeah.
It's definitely basketball.
I think the NBA has just done really well.
Yeah.
I think the boom of social media, whoever's in charge of their social media has like just been unbelievable.
Yes.
And grown the sport. You know, some people might not be happy about it, but they are clearly in cahoots with China as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is weird because China
love basketball.
Yes.
And China love basketball means lots of money.
Yeah. China not especially good at basketball.
No. Some individuals, Yao Ming.
It's always Yao Ming that people bring up though.
Jiang, I think.
What's their Olympic team doing?
Are they allowed at the Olympics?
Yeah, I think. Well, they don't. But locally, like in China, people like watching American basketball. This is my understanding.
Yes.
Okay. But with no sense that there's a stream of talent flowing in. I mean, the Chinese league is not.
There's money.
In the Chinese league?
Yeah.
So players can just go and play for China. In China. Like,
I'm
part of the Shanghai Knights.
Shanghai Sharks.
Oh, really? Okay,
yes.
man.
Yeah, you can go there and have you ever heard of Stefan Marbury?
No.
He was New York Knick, Minnesota Timberwolf, and he kind of went loco a little bit. Okay. And the league kind of dismissed him, and he went to China and played for like 10 years as a older veteran.
Right.
I think he's got a statue in Shanghai. They've made a statue of him. He's the guy.
I didn't know this.
Yeah.
I didn't. Okay.
He was getting like $60 million a year or something. Like, he was making bank over there. And like the salaries.
So this is like India for cricket players.
Yeah.
Where it's like you just go and you do it there. I hadn't thought of that before. But how many of those players are Chinese playing with him?
I think
a lot of them?
Yeah, it's similar to like the Europe leagues. Like you have 3 imports or something. So
right. So they set a cap. Because I know Japan is now doing rugby in a big way.
Oh, really?
Rugby seems to be really taking off in Japan.
Oh,
and you look at their team,
get it,
that's a very Polynesian Japanese side.
Imagine
some Japanese players.
Imagine a athletic sumo.
Yeah. It's
rugby.
basically rugby.
Yeah.
And it's also it's gentlemanly in a weird way. Like not rugby league, but rugby union is a high-minded, weirdly gentleman. Like people are drinking Pims and having their golden retrievers while they watch it.
Really?
And I think that ties in with the Japanese.
Because I went to see the North Queensland cabbies. They call them the cabbies up there.
Cabbies?
Yeah.
How's that?
They're cowboys, and that's how they talk.
That's league. That's definitely a league team,
I went to see the cabbies play, and I didn't understand what was happening. I'm not a big rugby guy, but
I had to get across it to write their board game because I did write their board game.
Oh,
yeah, the NRL board game.
It all comes back around.
It always comes back to the board game.
Now, because you've got a joke. Well, I don't know if you've got a joke or if you're working on a joke.
I'm working. Let's do it. I'll pretend that that's a story. Well, yes, I have, instead of a bit of material that I've been working on, like I'm on the Conan couch.
No, but because at the last gig I saw you at, you dabbled in it. So, So what happened with that game? Because you're not familiar with the game so much, I had to become familiar. Yeah. So did you watch it or did you?
I got Fox Footy and I got Fox League, and I just watched Rugby League for a straight week.
And did you have to get to know the players?
I found hacks into finding out who were famous players.
Right.
So who had Instagram followers was a good way to do it.
Jonathan Thurston.
They happen to like him a lot.
Yes.
I'd have picked up on that. Medal winners is a big one. Like, the Dally M medal. People in good teams tend to, but Instagram was the main one. Because you'd be watching a game and someone's got like really good stats or something that year. But no one knows. It takes like 3-4 years and 2 scandals before you have a reputation. So that was really hard. But the NRL people were so relaxed compared to the AFL people. I don't know if I spoke about this on stage.
I think you did, yeah.
Yeah, because I did the AFL game, super uptight.
Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah. Oh, they don't want any more I don't want any more of these Eddie Betts type scandals breaking out.
No.
They were very like, don't. What was that? Like they kicked so many of the, even ones that weren't about players that they just found offensive. Like one of them was like until 1982, some made up year. It was a false question.
True or false?
All true or false questions. Like until 1982, instead of a halftime show at the grand final, the wives and girlfriends would have a race around the outside.
And they couldn't deal with that.
They thought that might be sexist. So that had to come off. It was that level of anything silly had to come away. But the NRL were like, yeah, man, go for it. I put a friend's phone number in the NRL board game, and I said, someone who we mentioned who maybe in the cut section of the podcast, I don't know, but Mark Tomo Thompson, I put his phone number in it, and I said, this is Mel Meninga's phone number. And I didn't tell him it was happening, but he just started getting calls when the board game came out, and people going, is this Big Mel? Oh, Big Mel. And he had a radio show at the time, so he did a radio bit about why are people calling me Big Mel.
That is fantastic.
And I got to reveal it. But he sat on it for like a year. I didn't know if it was really happening. But he just thought he was getting harassed by somebody.
Oh, that is fantastic.
But the NRL people are so... The difference between a grassroots game and a top-down game is really unusual. Because they should be the same
and these games,
sort of game.
These games just want true or false questions?
Yeah. It was 800 true or false questions so that cigarette shops could sell official board games.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's a weird line of work. I don't know how I got into it. But I love the NRL. Like, I don't like the game. But as an institution, I love them.
Really?
There will be things like... Man, like the extent to which people have to go back to normal life afterwards, even if they were pretty good, and have to be like a lollipop lady.
Yeah.
Huge instances of this happening. When you're coming up, like, and you're an amateur player... not an amateur, like when you're an 18, you're a junior.
Yeah.
They have like the Newcastle Knights will give you an apprenticeship being a sparky. And there's like local electrician businesses that will give you a job through the Newcastle. And they're like call outs in the community. Can you give Rob, who's 18, who's come here from Papua New Guinea, a job, an apprenticeship?
Oh my God.
Which is how the AFL did things in the early 90s, I think.
Right.
But they don't do that now. You're in the academy. They choose who you're dating. They choose what you eat. When you can drink. The NRL is like that's freedom.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. But now, when you were in the NBL, there would be different rules now with the scrutiny and the amount of money that would be involved then to how it is now. I'd have to think the regulation would have stepped up.
It's hard to say.
Okay.
Now we had the president of the NBL Players Association.
In your team?
In our team.
Yeah.
And I believe he's either the president or CEO or something now because he's retired from the game, but he's still involved with that. And he came to the conclusion or realization that the organisation wasn't paying the players their superannuation. And
he came to that realization. He noticed that long-term fraud?
I think he noticed maybe in his own account and then started talking to other players who then checked and were like, yeah, I don't think I've been getting it. So we had a little mini strike, about a 3-day strike.
Great.
While I was up there due to that.
Did you end up getting your super?
Yeah, but I think it may have been the downfall of the club.
Okay. Was it only that club that wasn't getting super?
As far as I know, I don't know anything else.
And now the people of Townsville, I mean, no one's getting super now.
No, super pissed and going to the Cabbies games.
Well, they should have more than one. It's bizarre that they've got one team for
Far North Queensland.
Well,
they've got the QBL up there too, but that's like a semi-pro league. So some people get paid.
QBL.
Yeah, and so they've got more teams up there.
Do you know what I'm seeing on KO now? Is the weird, very local, not especially competitive tournaments. Like, you go, do you know what I'm talking about?
Like NBL 1?
Like 5th division basketball.
5th division?
Like whatever it is. It's like, it'll have some NBL 1, NBL 2. I don't know what the names are. But I was at my dad's house, this is a while back, and because he didn't have...
And like South Adelaide's playing or something.
Yeah, they're at Trinity Gardens College.
And it's Starplex. So they're playing Central
Central
Districts.
Central Districts Basketball Club. And, and you're watching it going, I could drive there now.
Yeah.
I didn't know this was going on.
I didn't know that they were putting it on KO and shit. I thought it was all just like live stream through Facebook.
No, it's all KO now.
Wow.
Yeah. And rugby you can do it, but it was the thought that like it's a Friday night. I could go and watch amateur basketball.
I could do some insider trading and maybe bet on that kind of stuff. I still know people in the league.
Well, you'd have a better idea of who was good. That's a dangerous place to get to with a sports bet. Once you're betting on many divisions down.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I didn't know that they were doing that through KO.
Did your body collapse when you were out? Were you out 100%, or did you?
Yeah. So
back down?
When I left Townsville, I went. I played Seabull, which is the Southeast Australian Basketball League.
Yep.
In Albury, Wodonga, I played for 2 years. I loved it. Loved it there. Good town. And I played 2 years there, and I just sort of got to a point where I wanted to come home. I'd been gone for like 10 or 11 years.
Yeah.
So I came back to Adelaide, and I was going to play for Sturt, who I played juniors with, and I was like, that'd be such an awesome way to end my career. Then I had some coaching issues and ended up just retiring without even I didn't finish the preseason. Yeah, I walked out of training and never came back. Yeah,
you don't want to go into detail about the coaching issues? Was this an Eddie Betts type situation?
No. He, you know what? I will go into details.
Okay. Have you spoken about this on the podcast before?
Cryptically.
Exclusive.
Yeah. That's the TMZ sound. So this guy, I won't name him. He's been known for having like mental breakdowns and shit as a coach.
Okay.
He got suspended from coaching for a while because he was coaching like a junior nationals team and like spat at a referee and shit like this.
These things happen.
And he started coaching us, and like I was at the end of my career, my knees are sore and stuff, so I wasn't playing. Like in preseason, you can play reserves.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm going to conserve myself. I'm not going to get injured playing reserves. So I'll train. Like I was still training.
Yeah.
Doing all the like preseason running and all that bullshit. And we had a preseason scrimmage against another team, and he listed the starters, and I wasn't one of them. And I was like, okay, well, this is weird. And I played, whatever, fucking bodied everyone, obviously.
Yeah.
And then we had another preseason scrimmage, and I didn't start. And I played that game, and then afterwards, next trainer talked to me. I was like, what's going on with this starting lineup?
Yeah.
And he's like, well, you haven't been playing reserves, so I don't know if I can rely on you. I was like, well, the reason you can rely on me is because I'm not playing reserves, because I'm making sure my body's right.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, other people are more dedicated than you, and honestly, like, I just don't even know if I'm going to pay you this year.
Is that within his bailiwick? Is he allowed to decide that?
I suppose so. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know how all that shit works in like the upper management section, but I told him where to stick it, and I walked out of there and never came back. And then I went to a Bucks show for one of the guys that I used to play with at Sturt, and a couple of guys from the board were there, and the previous head coach that I had played under, and like it was a Bucks show, but they're all like apologizing to me, like, so sorry about.
I'm trying to look at a vagina.
And I was like,
stop apologizing to me.
I was like, yeah, like it sucks, but we're at a Bucks show. Let's just let's not talk shop. But yeah, so I wasn't like, I didn't overreact. Other people knew.
Yeah,
that
they
it was,
understood they were on your side. Well, they also want the club to succeed, right?
Yeah, and I was the most experienced. I was the most experienced player.
Yeah.
There at the time. I had like played at the highest level out of anybody, and my resume was full.
But what a wonderful thing towards the end of the playing career to be able to go, fuck you, I don't need this.
Yeah.
Because if you're at the start of the career and you've got that guy,
just
you
let
just
it
have
happen.
to suffer through.
Yeah. So that is kind of cool. That's I've never actually thought of it that way. Yeah.
I mean, because I'm thinking like
own terms type of thing.
Every job I don't remember when I was in commercial radio and you'd have a toxic boss.
Yeah.
And you're at the bottom, and it's like they depend on that.
Yeah.
And maybe that guy, he misjudged how much he could fuck with you.
I'll tell you this: they had 2 back-to-back very bad seasons.
So did they move him on at the end of that time?
Yeah.
Well, he got his come up, and he's probably thinking, "Oh, people should have been stronger.
Yeah.
People should have been."
He probably has no self-reflection at all.
Self-awareness is a very rare thing
Oh yeah,
for people to have.
yeah.
I've got none. I'm pretty sure.
You don't have any.
Oh, infinitesimal, tiny. Yeah. Sometimes I catch a glimpse of my self-awareness. It's not good. I'm sorry that happened to you at the end of the career.
Well, the way that because a lot of people say that, and I'm just like, I got out of a shitty situation. It's like a domestic violence relationship. Like, oh, that sucks that it happened to you, but it's actually a good thing to remove yourself from it, right? You know? So I was, it sucked to end my career that way, but I would have been even more unhappy had I've played for that guy. Yeah. Yeah.
How long ago was this?
It was, probably 4 or 5 years ago. It was at the beginning of my relationship with Rach.
She's an Adelaide person?
Yeah, she's born in Adelaide and she lived in Sydney for a number of years and came back.
You met her in Adelaide when you'd moved back?
We both moved back at the same time and met like when we'd just both got back. It was very stars aligned. Yeah.
Yeah. And now the child.
Now we've got a kid, yeah.
And who's sleeping? I'm just very envious. You both seem fine.
We're pretty good. Or I think
if anyone stumbles into my house when I had an 18-week-old or whatever.
11
week old. Oh, yeah. I don't know how you're doing it. I genuinely don't. Maybe you have inner reserves and strengths that I didn't have, but I
don't know. I think we're very
fat and shouty.
I'll not pleasant. But I think we've been very lucky with him. He's been a super chiller. Like he cries when he's hungry and when he's tired, but he doesn't have colic or anything like that.
You're living the dream.
Yeah. It's a beautiful thing.
Hold on, what time is it? At some point I have to see this house.
Oh, we're at 3:05.
Oh, hold on, we got time. I want to hit more. What do I have to be this damn thing? Oh, I've got heaps of time. All right. I think we should cut that first bit of the podcast. That 27 minutes. That's when the podcast became. It was tight and right.
Really? I'll listen to it back. I thought we were fine.
No, I don't know. I don't know nothing anymore. Hold on. What was we going to hit with you? Comedy? Let's talk about what we're going to do with your comedy career.
Okay, yeah.
Your comedy's there.
This is important because I don't feel that. Can I be frank?
Yeah.
I don't feel that in this. No.
All right.
I don't want to blame Adelaide because I hate when people do that.
It's a very bad city for comedy at the moment.
But I love.
It's a very, very bad city for comedy.
I don't.
I'll say it. You don't have to.
Why are we not? Why is there no meritocracy? Why am I seeing people who've done comedy twice getting up on Friday nights?
Yep.
And why am I not getting up on Friday nights?
Okay. Some of that's personal.
Okay.
Some of that's racial.
Okay.
Yeah. And I suspect.
Is it the Z on the back of my neck? Is that?
People have been saying that you're a supporter of the Russian invasion of Ukraine because you have the letter Z tattooed behind your ear.
Yeah.
I think I found that when I was starting out in Adelaide in a big way, and it was raw comedy that I got real weird. Just not even for me going through, because I did okay. I got to the end of my first year and I won it my second year. But it was watching before then and that first year, like who'd get through semis and who wouldn't get through semis. So like not who won, but on a granular level, and a lot of it is trust and personal relationships with people.
Yeah,
and either you have that or it's very hard to create.
Yeah.
I've never been good at that.
Yeah, neither. But I'm also like, it's life, and it was like this in basketball too. It's all politics, right?
Yes, it is. It's very cliquey.
And I don't have
It's everywhere.
I don't have the bone in me.
Yeah.
To dick suck to get somewhere, and I see people doing it. I see him fucking, rubbing people. Like I see it, and I don't. It makes me cringe, and I can't do it myself. I can be pleasant.
It's not even a good way to do it. The trick for any Australian success is to leave. Is to go, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to leave forever, but if you go and you do the one step beyond and come back, it doesn't have to be for very long.
Yeah,
it just has to be sort of a credit. You unlock the previous room.
Right. So it's like
does this make sense?
So people end up S in your D instead of you having an S theirs because
it's all dominant.
Because you did something.
It appears from the outside that it's all flattery. First of all, you look at it and you go, this is a meritocracy.
Yeah.
Then you do it and you go, wait a minute, this isn't a meritocracy. Yeah. Is this about flattery and people liking me in politics?
Yeah.
And you try that and you go, actually, this isn't really working either. The answer to getting good gigs in Adelaide is to have higher ranking gigs in Melbourne or Perth or Sydney,
Yeah.
and to come back home and to be like, I just did the store, and people go, well, I guess you better be headlining here,
Yeah.
because to wait and then to have someone give you an MC spot, it's insane. It doesn't happen. The best thing you can do is to record a good 5, to send it to the bigger clubs, to have it be like a fucking great 5.
Yeah, right.
And then once you've been on at that club, not doing the good 5 here, you can do the good 5 here, and they won't advance you to the next thing.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't necessarily, like, I've put you on, and I'd put you on again. Do you want to do a show on the 24th?
Of
This month. I'm booking it today.
um
We'll find out if you got time. We're going to film it.
I'd be
Stand up properly?
I filmed my Fringe show this year.
Okay.
But I was at an outdoor venue. It's not good enough.
Okay. On the 24th, get yourself free. Bring your tightest, rightest 5.
Yeah, 5. Okay.
5 to 7.
Yeah.
You can do 10 and we can edit it down to a 5.
Yeah.
This is the only way that I know to advance through this. I mean, even then, I can headline or MC
24th is midweek.
anywhere. It is a Wednesday.
Yeah, I'm free.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Because this is how the big step up for me was I was in New Zealand. I was on holiday in New Zealand. I lost my job in Adelaide. The magazine I was writing for shut down. I had recorded, I had John Brooks record a 5-minute spot. And it was just my best 5 minutes at the time.
Yeah.
I sent it to Sydney at the Comedy Store, which is the room that I was never meant to do, and I definitely wasn't good enough to do it at the time.
Yeah.
And they said, sure, you can do a spot. My name went up on the thing, and then all of a sudden it's like, you want to do Perth? Fine. You want to do Melbourne? Fine. Once you've done that one, you unlock all the ones below it. So if you overshoot and you get in, because at some point it is merit-based, and they are looking for new people, and they also don't know where you're ranked in Adelaide. If you go, I've been doing gigs in Adelaide for a while.
Yeah.
They don't know if you're a headliner here. They don't
Yeah.
care. They go, we're only going to book him for a 5. He sent us a good 5. He does gig in Adelaide. We can see he's a real human being. They'll put you on.
Yeah.
And once you've done that. So what, okay, come on. I've got 2 cameras filming it.
Yeah.
I'm going to do the sound. Film your best 10.
Yeah.
Edit that down to your best 5. You pop that on your YouTube. And, you can make clips of that on Instagram or whatever.
Yeah.
Then send that to the different clubs and say, hello, here I am. This is what I can do. This person vouches for me. This person vouches for me. And then you'll get whatever you want in Adelaide.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's all because Amos is now in America.
Yeah.
I will say that. Yeah, I mean, Amos has always been. He came through. His basic the respect he gets when he comes back.
Yeah.
Every time, wherever he's been,
Yeah.
having come back, is much bigger than someone who's done the equivalent and gone. And so he just, you jump over people just by the nature of going away and coming back. Coming back and going away
Yeah.
is the entire Australian dominance thing. How to move up.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's very weird. Rudy did this really early. Someone told Rudy, I might have told Rudy, I don't know. But it's like, Rudy, you got to go and do Perth. And once you do Perth, you're up here in Adelaide. It's very weird. But it's not about making people like you in Adelaide. It's about them being impressed when you've come back home.
I was meant to do Perth.
Yeah.
But it was COVID times and the borders were open and Benny Darsold hooked me up.
Yes.
And then the borders closed. And then that was it.
Do it again.
Yeah.
They're looking for people.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I've registered for the festival.
Yep.
So at least I'll get to know some people over there while I'm there.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you'll go and you'll do the 5s. There's a big 5 economy.
Yeah.
You're doing the 5 economy in Adelaide. Again, it's hard. It's hard to get in the 5
There's
economy
2 gigs in Adelaide, man.
No, in the Fringe. There's like all those line-up shows in Adelaide.
Oh,
Fringe.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
horrible.
It's hard to get on.
I know.
Yeah.
Unless you're from out of town.
Yeah.
And then it's extremely easy.
Yeah.
It's because people don't know and they'll give you that extra chance. And then you get like 3 gigs to have a good time.
Yeah, no, I'll do that. I'll do that in Perth.
It's all about being a stranger.
Yeah.
I wish I'd known this earlier in my career. That it's having a credit.
Yeah.
And what's the cost of you get on in Melbourne? There are gigs who'll put you on in Melbourne. You could do it.
Yeah.
Republic.
And I didn't know either that like you had to like really book like weeks in advance to go to it. So I went to Melbourne, thinking I was going to
Okay.
gig every night,
Yeah.
and then I only got one gig because people were like, nah.
We're going to start here. We're going to start with
Yeah.
the recording. Okay. On the 24th, this is how we're going to... Yeah, you do your best 10, edit it down. We've got a lot of people there. If you want anyone to come and make it look fun...
Where's it going to be?
It's going to be downstairs in the Drama Llama.
Yep.
I'm going to get 90 people. I'm going to do my live show. Anyone you want to bring, free, right?
Okay.
If you want to bring laughing people to
Yep.
come in and watch the show, we'll get them in free. This is a narrative. Because it's time.
Yeah.
The last 3 times I've seen you, you've been great.
Yeah, no, I feel good. Like that's why I'm producing this tour. Like I feel ready. Like I'm going to be doing well, depending on how well the guys go before me and like whether they can stay on stage for their time, because I want the show to go for 2 hours.
Okay.
I've got 4 comics.
And you're putting a break in?
Yeah,
breaks?
there'll be a break. There'll be 2 acts, break, me, and then the other comics are MC.
Great.
So if I have to do in my whole hour, I'll do my whole hour. But otherwise, 30, 40 minutes because I feel ready for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you have to. That's a good way to do it.
Yeah. It's just time. It's just stage time. I'm so tired of doing 5 minutes, man. Fucking so.
This is why I booked that Jive gig.
Yeah.
So I could do a new half hour every month.
Yeah.
And it was hard to fill it up.
Yeah.
Because it was often in like winter in Adelaide, 150 rooms. So I'm hoping if I can just do somewhere repeatedly. Yeah, you've got to do 5 minutes is good for a while. There was this post that someone did on one of the Adelaide comedy Facebook groups, and I never write back, but I wrote back this time, and someone was like, "How do I remember my material?" And it's like,
oh, I saw that. But there was no comments under it yet when I saw it.
Heaps of comments now.
Okay.
And I did this big spiel, but it's like in 5 minutes, that's probably all you can do is just remember all the words.
Yeah.
And say it. That's getting started. 5 minutes is just hello, how are you?
Yeah.
You can do a lot in 5 minutes. You can have a great 5 minute set, but if you're trying new material and you can work in 30 seconds, you've got a child as well.
Yeah.
It's really hard to go out. There are demands on a person.
No, well, yes and no. Like you still do gigs.
I sometimes, but it's come down dramatically. This thing of this, people would go, you got to be getting up 7 times a week.
Yeah.
57 times a week.
Yeah.
You've got to be doing. I can't do it. And even then, if
you can't do it
3,
here.
4, 5 minutes, well, there's not enough gigs. But I think that's changing. There are more gigs coming here.
Where?
I can't tell you
Okay.
yet, but there are many exciting things happening with the gigs.
Okay.
I'm told. I don't want to run them, but yeah, you've got to go away and come back.
Yeah.
I never did. I went to Edinburgh.
Yeah.
I didn't do Edinburgh. Doing Edinburgh is like would be very good for you.
Do you isn't there?
You would have. Let me preface this with this: you will lose money. You will have a bad time.
Yeah.
Your career will take a couple.
You
steps
don't
up.
feel that fringe festivals are like? Don't you feel that there's like a certain element of anyone can do this? Like just because you pay for it, you.
So yes, your show is probably not the important thing. It's late shows, early shows.
Yeah, right.
And then when you're on those lineup bills and there's 8 comedians, and they're always looking for people, and if you just go and hang out and you know some people ahead of time, you can do it. Then if you're on those lineups and you are killing, and you're the best person on that bill, that's where you can't buy your way into that. Yeah, you actually have to have it.
Yeah, right.
To be good.
Yeah.
People could tell me I'm wrong, and look, I'm not a success. I suffix this with I am a big failure. You know,
I would disagree.
It's taken me a long time to get where I am, and where I am is not all that much. I mean, I've been a headliner for a couple of years now.
Have you got representation?
Yes.
Yeah. And has that changed anything?
It's good to have.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've had a couple managers, and I've loved both of them very much. I got the first manager because I got into some legal trouble, and there was money to be made off the back of my legal trouble. We did a musical. We did Wolf Creek the musical, and then we were releasing records, and the people were like, "Hey,
the Wolf Creek people weren't happy
Wolf
with
Creek
this.
people were like, well, we're happy with you doing a musical, but if you're selling merch with our name on it,
yeah."
And so I got in contact with my Andrew Taylor, who's wonderful, who now lives here.
Yeah,
and I love Andrew. Also, but Andrew was like I said the reason I stopped having him as a manager is I said to him, I need someone to lose money on me, right? You know what I mean? Like, I want someone who's going to lose $30,000 a year on me.
Yeah.
Which is an insane business proposition that no one can do.
to get you to the point where they're making money on you.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's investment. But like, I mean,
Well, it's also here's the other thing. I am the worst client I'm aware of anyone ever. The advice that I got through Andrew, wonderful advice, like very constructive.
yeah,
If I had managed to have the organizational abilities to do any of it, if I was a normal human being who
Yeah.
would go, I'm taking my show from last year, I'm making it into a better show. We're taking it on the road. I'm going to do all the things that I should do.
and what do you just want to do a new show?
I can't fucking do it.
You just want to do a new show.
Oh my god! I thought I did it. I did it this year.
You get tired of your material.
I have a dream,
Yeah,
and I go, that's the new show, and I do the new show, and it's 80% there.
yeah.
It never gets to be 100% there because I never do it enough. I
Right.
mean, I'm a really bad client. You are a much more organized, judicious person who's more dependable.
What makes you say that?
I've seen you do comedy. You're like, you show up, you do your spot, you go, thank you very much. You do your time.
So do you.
You get the laugh. Sometimes.
That's what I'm doing. The same thing you're doing.
Sort of. You get up there and you look like you know what you're doing. You're at that point where you're like,
You
I've
look
got
like
my
you know
notebook.
what you're doing. I'm jealous when I'm just I wish I could do that. Is what when I watch you, I'm like I cannot miss James McCann's show at this Fringe or whatever. Whenever you got a show, I'm not missing that because I'm like this is what I need to do.
From a business point of view, it's not what you need to do. Let me tell you now, it's not what you.
Well,
should do.
I will tell you this.
That's very kind.
I am
appreciate
doing
that.
the opposite of what you're saying. I'm running my same show back at Fringe Perth and
Yep.
Adelaide Fringe.
Good. Have
And-
your best show.
Yeah.
This is something I've never ever managed to do.
Yeah.
Not at one time. I've done all these festivals. I've never done this.
Yeah.
Have your best show and do it. That's it.
Yeah.
Just you doing stand up for an hour. Your best stand up. Is that the show? What is the show?
Well, there's a slight narrative arc to it.
Yeah.
I don't think it's like a masterpiece of art, but it goes through being a.
Okay, you need a better pitch for this show. Oh, it's not great. It's
When I say that, like it's got a narrative arc, but that
Yeah.
doesn't. That I'm not saying I'm going to win Fringe Awards for it, and,
Sure.
and that it's comedy, but it does have.
And you
a
did
theme.
it in Adelaide.
Yeah, it does have a theme.
How
of
long a run did you do in Adelaide?
6 days, 6 nights.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is not long enough.
Okay.
In
Well,
Adelaide.
I didn't really sell enough tickets to warrant doing more than that.
No,
I
but
wouldn't want to do 12 days and have half of what I had over 12 days.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah.
But 6 days is for your first one.
Yeah.
First, second, third one. I think that's fine.
Right.
But when you're doing when you're building it, when I see, and again, I've never done this. I've never managed to do this properly. But like when people build a brand and they successfully have people coming back year after year, it's somehow what you want to do is have a long run that's backed out. Somehow, that's what I recommend.
Yeah. So but I'm even next year. I'm not doing longer than a week.
How big's the room?
Well, I don't know yet. I haven't got.
We got to cut the back half of this chat. We're going to hold on. Stop the chat now. Edit. Send me this, and I'll tell you which bits to use. I'm going to give you unguarded advice. Stop it now. Stop it now. Stop it now.
Sub-Zero, take your breath away with your own pillow. I'm moving in silence through the night. There's no stopping me, not the Black Widow. I'm kicking it swiftly, Liu Kang flow. Cybernetic enhancements, I'm Kano. I'm proficient at war like Jax, but I got nothing to prove like John Cage though. I got an arsenal full of techniques.